Today's video, I want to chat to you guys quickly about an accounting management system or CRM called DataGrows. Good day, my name is Heinrich Revere from SA Accounting Network, and I've been in the accounting industry since 2008. Obviously, I've grown my practice over the years, the past 15 years or so, and I think one of the challenges for most accountants out there is to keep track of all the deadlines and all the returns and all that type of stuff. And over the years, I personally have tested so many different platforms. We've used Excel spreadsheets, Word documents, Trello boards, all funny stuff to try and keep track of all the records. And I think I came across this gem, and a friend of mine actually referred me to these guys. It's called DataGrows, and it's a CRM system specifically designed for accountants. And what I like about it is a South African system. So it's not some system from overseas that they took and they adjusted to make it work for South African accountants. This system is developed by South African accountants for South African accountants. So so before I just jump into the demo, remember to give the video a like, remember to hit subscribe, and then let me down to my computer and I can show you guys what this program is about. Yes, so let me talk you guys quickly through DataGrows, just to explain to you guys how the system works. Yeah, so first thing first, I think in the description of the video, you will see that there's a link. If you want to sign up for DataGrows, obviously you're going to click on the link. It's going to open up this page, mydatagrows.com. And you'll see that I just want to ask you a favor. I've got a promotional code with them, so I earn some brownie points for the guys. So I just want to ask you to keep my promo code in there. It's SAAN, which stands for SA Accounting Network. So you're going to put in your name, surname, telephone number, name on invoice, your email address, and then you're going to tick the two little boxes, submit, and once you submit it, you'll be able to log into the system. Then once you log into the system, this is what it would look like. The first thing that I normally like to do is, first thing, you've got this little toggle switch where you can switch on your dark mode. I like working on dark mode, so that's the first thing that I would personally start with. So you'll see that with your databases, you've got two ones. You've got your accounting one, and then the second one is your training module. So it is always nice when you start out with the package to go look at the training that they offer. So if you click on training, you can see there's demos and then there's modules. So if you look at your demos, here's 4, 5 or 8 different ones that you can watch each one of them. So if you double click on it, it will open that one up. And then if you look at your modules as well, it gives you a little bit of information or just a run through a bit more in detail of how the program works. So we're not going to dive too much into it. Once you sign up, you guys can take your time and go through that over there. What I want to show you guys is how the program actually works. So once you start with your databases, let me just see if I can get back to the first screen where we were. And then just to show you what would happen from the first screen. So you're going to go to your databases. Here you've got your accounting CRM one, and you can see it opens up a lot of different tables. Normally, by default, you will start with the setup one, because here you can set up some of your information about your company. So you can see that you can add a lot of different users over here. So I put myself over there as a super user, which will be the main one. You can have a clerk, you can have a partner, team leader, accountant, and you can add people over here as much as you want. You'll see there at the top behind my face, there's your add record one. So that's the place where you can always add more accountants or whatever it is that you want to do. The next button over there is your data upload. So if you create a data file that you upload to the program, and that's normally when you sign up for the first time, then you would use this functionality to upload all your data onto the system over here. Yes, and then the other thing that I want to show you guys quickly as well is, if you go back to your main screen, we can see your CRM and your training videos. There's a little blue button at the top that says Get Started. If you click on that, you'll see it will actually give you a step-by-step guide of how to add users, how to do the basic setup, how to add an email address and all that type of stuff. You can see over here is the 2 templates that you can download. So there's one for your client upload. There's obviously also just a client upload one. So you can download these templates over here, and then you'll see the format that you have to put the information in. And then once you save that, then you're obviously going to be able to upload the data onto DataGrows. And they also have the functionality where they can actually do it for you. So if you reach out to the guys, I think the email address is support at mydatagrows.co.za, then you just reach out to them there. The email address is over there. And you can even ask them to do this part for you. So if you send them all the information about your clients, then they can do this basic setup for you as well. Yeah. So they will, if you reach out to the guys at DataGrows, they will help you with the conversion. It's basically like a big spreadsheet where you just upload all your data about your information. You've got firm settings over there. You've got your user roles, and then this part over here is quite interesting as well. You've got different rate groups that you can do. So you can do accounting retainer for VAT or no VAT ones. You can see pays and recons, your payroll stand. So you can test a lot of different rate groups you've got in there. And then you can see over here is the one where you set up the rate. So this is just all the back-end work before you actually start working, because one of the cool things about DataGrows is it actually keeps track of the time that you spend on projects, so you can get an idea of what's happening with the progress of that, you see. So once you've got the setup done, then after that is the place where the fun and games will start, because then you can actually start looking at your tasks and you can start looking at your clients. Here we go. Yeah, so I think the next part that I want to explain to you guys quickly is if you go to your database and you start working through your clients, you can see if you click on the left hand side on your accounting CRM, there's the little button that says clients. So here's a list of all the clients that we've got. So at the moment, this is just a sample database that I'm busy working on. You can see there's a lot of different columns. You've got one for client name, entity type, work in progress, financials, role, summary. There's a long list of different things, and all these things get set up. You can see there's a place where you put in your pay as your numbers, tax numbers, UIF, workman compensation. You can see who's the accountant, the manager, partner, accounting role, all the different things that happens over here. You can see this is where you set up the accounting start month, accounting due dates, whether you're doing VAT returns, the VAT type, and you can see there's payrolls, payroll due date. So there's a lot of information that you can enter for your clients. So let me quickly show you where the magic happens. See, if I had to, let's say for instance, decide that I want to add a new company, I would press this little button over here, then it opens up a screen like this. So here, and the status, I'm going to say that it's an active client. You can see the rate group. I can choose whether it's an accounting retainer with VAT. You can put an internal code if you want. You can make it 007 or 007. The client name, you can put the entity type, which would probably be, let's say for instance, it's a close corporation, so we put it there. You can say what the year end is of the client. Let's say for instance, that is in February. Where's February now? There we go. There's February. Contact email, contact number, trading name. So you can see there's a lot of different things. There you can put in the page number, tax numbers, UIF, customs, VAT, and you can see here's all the place where you can assign the roles to say who's the accountants on that client over there, who's the manager on that client. So you can go mad over here to say whose responsibility of what is going to be. You can see you can choose accounting services, so whether you're doing annual accounting services, biannually, monthly. So you can do the thing over there, accounting due date. You can see by the 15th of every month it's got to be done. If you are doing VAT for the client, you would switch it on over there to say that you're doing VAT for him and you're doing it on an evenly or on an odd month. You put that in over there. Bank statements, you would say that whether they're using bank feeds or whether you need to request statements, because all these things over here is going to give you notifications under your task of what needs to happen when. So you can see there you can do management reports. You can say that you want to do payroll for the guys and that you want to do the payroll by the 20th of every month. You can see you can put weekly or bi-weekly payroll. You can say number of employees. If you've got 5 people, you can say doing the MP201s, 501s, workman compensation, UIF, the CIPC returns, the financials. You can see, if you work with audits, you can activate that functionality as well. Obviously, it's registered for income tax, provisional tax. If they qualify for turnover tax, you would put that in over there. You can actually put an external storage link as well, where you can upload certain documents. And this is quite nice. So here's a page where you can save the person's e-filing login details and use UIF and workman compensation, bank details, additional details. I want to show you something else as well, which is really cool. So if you click on this thing over here, it will open up a bigger field. So where you can toggle these switches then to say that now I can switch on these things on and off. But right at the top, where is this thing? Let me maybe just say save and edit up here. Let me maybe just take this off. Do you have save changes? No, I'm not going to save the changes. So let's maybe take an existing client. So if I take this BDC Pty Limited and I click on this one over here, then you'll see that there's a lot of other information that you can store on this page for this specific guy. You can see you've got additional bank accounts. Here you've got a list of directors, so you can add the directors on the company over here. There you can add the record, and this is quite nice, especially once you start doing the beneficial ownership returns and the share registers and stuff. That would pop up. You can see you can make a list of required documents, so you can add stuff over here if you want to keep copies of the IDs. Small business tax, so here's a little questionnaire that you can do for this guy to say question number 1, does he receive more than 20% of his investment income or of income from investments, personal services providers? So you can tick the boxes. So once you start doing the calculations, you can see whether you need whether they qualify for small business tax. There's accounting stuff. You can see here's ad hoc talk. So there's a lot of different things that you can do on each specific client. So I'm not going to go further into detail like this. Like I said, on their website, they do have tutorials where you can go into more detail of this thing. So I just want to quickly show you this table, which is really nice of you. You can, if you click on that little button, there's a filter. So if I decide that I want to look at a client, let's say for instance Rian, and we say apply, then you can see there it pops up Rian's information. Even if I had to go to a different screen and I come back to my clients, then you can see that that filter is still applied. So I can take the filter off here by my face, and then you can see and that it brings you back all the information. If I look at all these columns and I say, yo, but I don't want that many columns, I want to change that, then I can go to menu, manage columns, and then on this one over here, I can change stuff around. So if I decide now I don't want to see the financial role there, I want to take that one there, and I maybe, let's say for instance, want to take the the group one, I want to switch that one off, registration date. Let's maybe take the summary off as well. And I think, yeah, let's maybe do that. Now say apply, then you'll see that it actually applies it to the filters or to my columns over here. One thing that you can also do over there, if I go to manage columns, you see over here is one that says set as global preference. So if I do that, then it applies that setting to all the different users that I've got using DataGrows. So I think in terms of clients, this is, I showed you guys quickly how to add a new client. Obviously the information that you've got over here. Part of the setup, remember that you can have those templates where you can then go and import the data, and that is obviously part of the setup process over here. See, there's a data upload button. We can upload the data. Once the data is uploaded, it will show in a format like that. Okay, so next step, let's quickly go look at tasks. Yes, so let me quickly talk you guys through the all tasks due tab. So you can see over here, if I click on this one over here, it opens up this list over here. Obviously, on this database, I just for now just put in my details over here as the accountant just to fiddle around a bit, just to show you guys. But you can see all the blocks in red shows you of stuff that needs to be done or that's overdue. The ones that's in here is due in the next 7 days, and you can see the rest of the ones is due over here. So every time that there's one of these little blue little markers means that something needs to be done, and that is the thing that triggers it. Remember when we set up that company, it pulled through all that information over here. So you can see this is then what would happen or where it pulls through. So there's an easy way to see for you as the accountant to see what needs to happen. So if I go to reports and I say that I want to look at my to-do list for the next 30 days, just open that up in a new tab, then you'll see that I will get a list of all the different users that I've got over here, and then obviously what my task would be for the next 30 days. So you can see that I've got a due date over here, CIPC returns, beneficial ownership. I've got some payrolls to do. You can see there's some more payrolls. So this is quite nice. Then you can actually sit and plan what needs to happen in the next 30 days. So I think that is really cool. So if I go back to my all task view, so if I, let's say, for instance, look at the top one, then I just want to quickly see what that one was. Where is my top one now? Yeah, once again, you can use the same folders. I just want to quickly see. You can see there's a payroll one, so I can click on that one over there to say that I want to do the payroll. Let's say, for instance, for Charmaine. Then if I click on that, you'll see that I've got the little thing over here to say that I want to start working on it. So now I can change the status of that to work in progress. There's a little timer thing here, which is really, really cool. So if I click on that, I can start working on the payroll. As soon as I'm finished, I can finish that one. And then a little bit further during the process, I can then actually go see how much time I spent working on each client stuff. So that is something that's really, really cool, because quite often, as I mentioned in another video as well, that people think that accountants work is just to push a button, and they don't always understand how much work actually goes into the back end of what we're busy doing. So this is a nice way for you guys to keep track of the time that you actually spend on something. You see, I just want to do it. But I can change the thing over here to say that I've completed the task, and then I press save. Then I know that that is done. So that is the way that you would then tick things off your to-do list of what needs to happen. Yes, then just back to that, yeah, so we've got the all task view, the one that we were busy talking about now, and you can see over here is one that says ad hoc task. So this is also quite cool, because here I can go add certain things. I can go do custom ones over here to say that the task that we have to do is, let's say, for instance, I need to do an accounting letter, and I have to do it for this client over here. Here we go. And so I can see that it's in progress. So the progress, I can see that it's in review, and then I can say the date started, the date completed, then you can put in your notes and stuff over there. You can actually see and say who was the person working on that one, who's the partner that was involved with it. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do, and there you can switch on whether it's been done, so that I think is really, really good as well. So you'll see that by default it goes last under your all tasks due, stuff that you've done. If you go to your client archive, you'll see over here, it pops up with all the different things that that happened there on that specific client. So I think that is the button that I'm really excited about, because here you can see what actually needs to happen, which returns it is that they have to do. And once again, like I said, that these returns over here, or these columns, you can go fiddle with them to change it once again. So I can go back to manage columns and so that I don't need to see all these things. I want to change all these things. And let's say, for instance, we are busy working on VAT. Then I can move this VAT one right to the top so that I know that the VAT is important. All the people that's busy working for me, I'm going to make it a global preference and just pop it in there. So maybe just after, let's maybe put it there now, say apply. Then I can see that my VAT due, I can see there's my VAT returns that I have to do. Where's it down? If I click on 5, and then you'll see that over here is the clients that I need to do my VAT returns for, because there I can see what the due dates are for them. So that is really, really cool. And I think that's one of the nice functionalities of this little program over here. Yes, so just another function that I maybe just want to talk on quickly as well. Like I said, we did talk about the ad hoc task. You can see here's one for accounting stuff that you can have a look at. There's your auditing ones. The CIPC ones is really interesting because here we've got these little city beneficial ownership declarations that we can do through them as well. There's our CIPC ones, our CIPC annual returns, beneficial ownership ones once again. So that's also quite nice. So you can keep track of all the CIPC stuff. Communications, you can see there's one for your financial statements, so you can see all the clients that you need to do financial statements for. And the payroll, so you can see once again all the pay as you earn or pay as you earn stuff, UIF, workman compensation, all the stuff pops in there. Here's all the company tax ones, so for every single thing you can set it up over here or keep track of the task that needs to happen in your accounting firm. Like I said, there's some packages is definitely focused on the South African accountant, which I'm really excited about. And I think the main purpose of this video, I don't want to explain to you or teach you guys exactly how every button works. I think the main thing for me is just to create awareness of all the stuff that this little program can do. So I want you guys really to go check this out. Go register for the demo company so you can fiddle around a bit, import your clients over here, start working on the system, and you'll see that it's going to save you lots and lots of time in the long run, and obviously make sure that you stay compliant with your client stuff. Thanks for watching. Remember to give the video a like, remember to hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next video.